Good afternoon. It is 3:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Titans head coach Brian Callahan met with the media earlier today following the Titans' 31-21 loss to the Bengals on Sunday in a game where quarterback Will Levis was benched after throwing 3 interceptions and dropping a fumble. Callahan was asked about what will go into his decision on who to start at quarterback next week versus the Colts.
I'm going to use the next 2 days to go through that process and make sure that, the decision we make is the best one for our football team, and take the time here that I have to go through it all and make sure, we're doing the right thing.
In NFL news, the Lions' injury bug continues as head coach Dan Campbell confirmed that running back David Montgomery tore his MCL and will miss the remainder of the season. Also, the 49ers are planning to suspend linebacker Devondre Campbell for 3 games, effectively ending his season after he refused to go into the game on Thursday night. Tonight, Monday Night Football doubleheader as the Bears and Vikings square off at 7 o'clock, and the Falcons and Raiders match up at 7:30. You can catch the Westwood One call of that game right here on the Zone starting at 7. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. And if you're new to the show, I say that every day, even when it's not aesthetically pleasing. But my point is, if your feet hit the ground this morning, it's a beautiful day.
And Babsy would gladly disagree.
She would. She's not here, though. She is on assignment. She's got bowl work coming up, so Babsy will be a little bit spotty. She will be with us on Wednesday this week, and that is it. So she's got lots of things going on. So we've got the full show on Wednesday. Also Wednesday, we will be at Twin Peaks in Cool Springs.
Hey.
So go ahead and plan that. And then Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings in the Borough. And it's funny, so many of y'all come out to all of those shows, and then some areas of town do a little bit better in terms of just physical people in the building.
Mm-hmm. In the building.
But the one that I always get asked about the most, when are you coming to Murfreesboro?
Yeah.
When you guys coming back to Murfreesboro? Well, Thursday, we're coming to Murfreesboro. And,
we'll be up there. You better be there, people.
We will be out there. Slay Dog is in the house, y'all.
I'm in the building.
I just spent my entire time in D.C. with Slay looking for barbecue Pringles.
Dog, it's amazing how you can't find them nowhere. They everywhere down here. I don't know what y'all doing in D.C. Y'all need to get y'all Pringle game up.
Is that a South thing?
I guess so.
I'd like to see their sales figures.
I would, too.
You know what I mean? Because you couldn't find them anywhere up there.
Dude, every single store. You can go, you just accidentally fall into a store down here and run into the Pringles. I even got the king-size cans down here. I'm starting to have them everywhere like I do my sauces, too. For some reason, I'm on a Pringle kick.
You are. You talked about it a lot.
I need them.
You were talking about it at the airport. You were talking about it at the hotel. You were talking about it at the shuttle. You were talking about it at dinner. You were talking about it at JFK and Jackie O's gravesite.
So,
no, I'm just kidding. But don't let
the
truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
So my check engine light came on last week. So I took it to Andrew's Cadillac, and then my man didn't call me back on Friday, and it got me a little nervous. And Slade was like, "Look, man, he knows you're out of town.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it."
He ain't gonna give you the kind
of. So I get the message from him. I think Saturday morning, and then it was like, "Oh, it's this sensor's out. Whatever. We replace it. It's under warranty." I'm like, "Great!" And Slade goes, "Told you."
Hey, straight.
That's what Slade always tells us when we get worried about something, and he's like, "Hey, man, just positive attitude.
Yeah,
you got this."
That's all you gotta do is be cool.
And so I go pick up my car this morning. And I had to stop by the grocery store. And so when I pull in, I open the back door to get the groceries out. I notice that there's a little piece of paper lying on the back seat. And I'm like, what is this little piece of paper back here? Some receipt to something or whatever? I need to throw it away. I had a coffee cup with some wrapper that I was so I was going to just stuff it in there. But then I looked, and there are words on this thing.
What's the words, Yor?
And it starts, and here's the thing. I called Slade today and told him that this happened, but I didn't tell him what was written on the sheet of paper. Because it's for you.
Right.
It was in my car. Somebody at Andrew's Cadillac wrote this little poem down, hoping that I would see it,
Right.
and then knowing that I would deliver it properly to you, and I will. It's entitled Winter Wonderland. Sleighs, bells ring. Are you listening? In Knoxville, snow be glistening. A beautiful sight, a VFL for life, walking in the committee's wonderland.
Yeah, this is my boy.
Merry Christmas, Sleigh Dog.
I know who this is. This is my guy.
You know who did
So
this?
he came to Smyrna. He came to Smyrna too.
We were beat
and delivered the same thing. And I took a picture of it, but we were going so Yep. I took a picture of it and was gonna
So this guy's just leaving notes all over the place.
It was the same one. It's the same, almost like this identical note. And I took a picture and was gonna read it on the air.
Will you read it one more time for me?
Here you go. Look, I got it on my phone. Winter Wonderland.
When was
Sleighs,
this?
bells ring. Hold up. Let me get on beat. There we go. Sleighs, bells ring. Are you listening? In Knoxville, snow be glistening. A beautiful sight. VFL for life. Walking in committee's wonderland. Hey! Merry Christmas, 3HL Sleigh Dog.
That's so funny. Maybe that's the note, and you just put it in my car.
Maybe I did. But I was in your car.
You haven't been in my car. I don't take my car anyway.
Man, I snuck in your car. Maybe I took it for a little joyride.
I was trying to figure out how I had a check engine light on. I don't drive that thing.
Hey, it was me. I'm sorry, yo. Thanks for getting fixed for us, though.
So now you got a hard copy.
Dude, that's crazy. Because I meant to read that when we was in Smyrna, but we was all hype about going to the Christmas party. So I probably walked off without it.
Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
What do you think about that, Zeph Dog? Pretty good?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, ain't it, Zephyr? Thanks, my guy.
Was that the last straw with Will Levis? And it's college football playoff week. Well, that's freaking
It's
go.
on. It's on, baby. It's on. You little acorns, we coming up there, baby. And we bringing nutcrackers with us. Ain't that what they are, the little Buckeye corns?
Yeah.
They're little walnut. They're little walnut.
They're little nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're called Buckeyes. I don't know what kind of nuts they are.
Well,
They're just good luck charms. That's all it is.
I mean, to them, they are. They're supposed to be good luck charms.
Ryan, they would
Supposed
differ. Michigan would differ. Yeah. Oh, it's on this week, baby. Y'all can expect it all. Vitriol will be at your doorstep.
Victory for all.
And it will be wearing a smile. Look like a Vol. But I tell you this, Yor.
Are you going to be there?
Hell yeah, I'm going to be there.
What?
I'm in the building. I'm most definitely in the building. I will be at the alumni tailgate, too. And it's popping.
Will you have a mic in your hand?
I will have a mic in my hand, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's Patrick Mahomes. He's week to week.
Yeah. Yeah, they got plenty of time, though.
So the weather on Saturday
Yeah.
is a little bit frightful.
4?
In Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
High temperature, I was trying to stay in the theme there, but I lost it. High temperature Saturday is 29 degrees. Low temperature is 17. Snow on Friday.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it all on. Bring it all on. We want all that.
So what I'm still amazed at, we were talking to people like sports writer and radio and media people at the Army Navy game that have a national presence. And we talked to a lot of people about the weather. And it seems to be like a national thread that the weather, Tennessee can't win because it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
But if you think about how Tennessee runs its offense, who are we talking with that they were like, everybody thinks it's like fast and these high profile deep throws and shots and all this stuff. But in reality, they run power.
Mm-hmm.
They run out of 11 personnel.
Jacob Hester.
They run out of 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers, and they run power. Usually when teams do that, it's not that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so the weather actually might play into what Tennessee does.
Yeah.
Now, Ohio State will be used to it, of course, but does that decide who wins and loses a game? Like, I know the stats on Tua Tagovailoa, for example, like he can't win below 30 degrees.
But it would also be like us sitting down here saying, we're getting ready for the game. Boy, we got an advantage because Ohio State ain't never played at night. All we play is night games, and all they play is big noon kickoff games.
Yeah.
Like, and we play, 7 night games on the road, at home. Like, ladies and gentlemen, once you make it to this point, it's football. We're not in Miami.
P96 says Tennessee can't do no snow, sorry. They actually practiced in snow last week.
P96 is sleeping. He should take a nap right now.
Slay, can we start that agenda about the night game thing?
Yes.
Let's start it.
We want to.
Like, what is Ohio State? Because they rarely play night games, especially at home.
They don't.
Unless it's like a non-con game.
They don't. Yeah, non-conference game. That's the only thing they get. Yeah. Somebody.
I wonder what their record is at night.
What's his name? Rob.
Base.
Rob Stone.
Rob Stone, yeah.
Big noon kickoff. He came on and said, man, the last time they played a night game was a non-conference game, and it was,
forever ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, come on, dog. Bring it on. Y'all bring y'all night, we'll bring our cold. Let's meet up and let's get it on. I think it's as simple as that.
Or Marvin Gaye.
Just like that.
Run that rock Sampson. There's going to be a whole lot of that.
All-American Sampson. Put some respect on his name.
So Rich Eisen said Tennessee should – this is really funny. He actually had Pat McAfee on. Mm-hmm. And Eisen told Pat McAfee, he said, look, man, those Tennessee managers need to find the biggest orange flag they can possibly find and be waving that thing around before the game and just sit it on the sideline where Ohio State players can see it and understand what's coming.
Yeah.
He was like – that could take you out of a mindset, which I thought was funny. Dylan Sampson said this, quote, we're not just excited to be here. Just getting here was not the goal, end quote. I'm telling you, man, look, they could go out and lose by 2 touchdowns. I don't know. But these guys are mentally tough.
That's what I like. That's what I like, I like the preparation, and I think it's coming down from the coaches. It's coming down from up top and trickling into the players. And this is the thing, man. They had to sit around and wait on this and figure out. You did all of the work that was put in front of you, and now you're sitting there waiting, regardless if you play in the conference championship or whatever. We did what we were supposed to do. Now let's get to this point, reset, lock all the way in. There's one team that we got to worry about. That's Ohio State. It ain't Oregon in the next round. It ain't if Arizona State beat somebody. Man, when we play Ohio State, that's your championship. You got 4 championships you got to win.
I can't wait to see how many Tennessee fans have infiltrated that building.
I can't either.
Because remember, when y'all see it on television on Saturday, just remember that Tennessee got 3,500 tickets from Ohio State.
And
then take a look and see how many people got in there without that.
Want to be honest? Want to be all the way honest?
Yeah.
Vols fans, when we host a playoff game, don't you ever worry about, I ain't even got to tell Vols fans that. They going to automatically make sure that there is no tickets being sold to whatever opponents. Y'all, I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. I got 3 tickets.
Ooh.
Know where I got them from?
Not Tennessee.
An Ohio State fan.
Did you really?
Really good seats, too.
What?
Will from the Ville. Let's do it, baby.
Oh.
I'm telling you, they giving up their seats. They are beautiful seats, too.
Will from the Ville is always around for your big times.
He don't miss no Vols. He's Vol through it. Like the way I act, that's the same way he act. When I'm telling you, the Elite, he lost his voice the same time I lost my voice in the Elite 8. Giving it to the refs.
So someone asked Dylan Sampson about that story about how, it looks like Tennessee's going to have a ton of people at Ohio State. And he's like, doesn't surprise me. He said, remember LSU a couple years ago? That was a home game. You were there.
That was wild. Hey, man, that was like, no. Yeah, we got to go to Saturday, Zelf. If we're going somewhere, if it's somewhere we got to go, it's the Saturday. If you can hurry up and get me to transport me there, what is it? Teleport me to Saturday, Zelf. That's the only place I got to go. Thank you, Babsy.
No, you got to enjoy every day that leads up to that.
I don't even want no sleep or nothing. I just want my little body to go on autopilot. Slay body, y'all see Slay at the store? It ain't really me. That's my body. On autopilot, waiting till Saturday. Just roaming.
All right, so we've got that. That's a fun topic to talk about. Yes. And then we've got the Titans. 37-27. They lose. Was that the last straw with Will Levis, or do they play him for the next 3 games? This is the first time the head coach has been like, I'm going to think about it.
We got to talk to him. Will Levis.
He said he's going to take a couple of days. Well, that makes sense, right? Because they don't practice till Wednesday, so he can take today and tomorrow and think about it. And
See?
And we'll talk about when we come back. 3HL 615-737-1045. Big Slay Dog, Mayor, Zeph Dog. We're here. We'll be right back.
Hey, let's talk about Zen Sports. Because if you have not jumped in with Zen Sports, the newest sports book here in Tennessee, you need to. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. First of all, you can automatically earn up to $100 no danger first wager, which what does that mean? Sign up for Zen Sports, download the app. If your first bet loses, you'll get reimbursed for the amount of your bet up to $100. Pretty cool. Here's another reason. They have this awesome sweepstakes going on. Big game sweepstakes college edition for the month of December. And you got to jump into it now. Grand prize winner will receive $10,000 cash and 2 VIP tickets to the college football championship game or $15,000 cash as an alternate prize. How do you win this or how do you get your name in it for Zen Sports? It's easy. You earn entries for every bet you place on the Zen Sports app. And then for every dollar you bet, you get an entry. And if you like parlays, oh yeah, you get 10 times the entries for every parlay. So go ahead, jump in with Zen Sports and get in on that sweepstakes too. Zen Sports, where betting just got better. A gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. So that no danger first wager, limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Terms and conditions apply. A qualifying wager for a wager entry for the sweepstakes must have minimum odds for any leg in the entry of at least minus 250 or worse American odds. Head to zensports.com/sweepstakes for contest terms and conditions. You got to be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Britt Doherty, Slay Dog with you.
Leave them Broadway girls alone.
Morgan Wallen, huh?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Zeph Dog. Coming up on Wednesday at 4:20, we got to message Todd Father. Got to move him.
Yeah. Move around, Todd.
Boom, get out the way because Big O from Tennessee's defensive line is coming on the show Wednesday at 4:20.
The big dog.
Maury Thomas. We'll just go ahead and ask him, hey, man, if it's like 25 degrees, can y'all not play football?
And then I want to ask him, when you went to the state championship, was it cold? Like, you've been doing this since probably middle school, dog. Like, this is what it is. If you make it to the playoffs and you from Tennessee, prepare for any kind of elements. Rain, snow, anything, dog. Different.
Titans lose again, 37-27 to the Bengals this time. Is the Will Levis experiment done in Tennessee? That is a question. After the Titans took a 14-7 lead, their next 5 drives went like this, Slay.
How?
Levis fumble, interception, 3 and out, where they lost 15 yards, and pick 6. So 4 of the 5 drives in that stretch were turnovers by Levis, and Cincinnati scored 24 points off those 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Then he was benched. Do they go back to him for the next 3 games, or have they officially moved on, do you think?
For our entertainment, go back to him. Like,
I really think they will.
Like, I don't see why not. They already said we got 4 games left in the season to see it. Like, what you going to get out of Mason Rudolph playing it? You're not going to see anything unless Will Levis is hurt and not, like he's hiding it, like really not able to make throws or something like that, his ankle or
like
whatever.
He did before.
Yeah, AC joint.
I don't know. That last pick, that pick 6, the view from the other end zone, just watching his eyes, he never scanned the field.
Oh.
I mean, never scanned. And you could tell that DB was like, please throw it, please throw it, please throw it, please throw it.
Oh, got him. And then the other one, I'm going to go back, the one before that. When he stared down Tyler Boyd, like that pass, it was coming from the right hash to the left sideline. That pass was going to be batted away. Like the defender was in front of Tyler Boyd. Maybe he would have picked it. But NWI's guy was right up underneath him. Taylor, I forgot his name.
Heineke.
No, that's a good one, though. Taylor Hawkins or whatever his name is.
Taylor Hawkins.
I don't know him. No.
That's the drummer from Foo Fighters that passed away, R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins.
Hold him down.
I love that you knew that.
He came off NWI, dog, and got that pick. So with that happening right there, that lets you know you're not looking at anybody else. The instinct that people have been talking about, where is it? Ron Riverboat Rivera, that when he was talking about.
We had him on Friday.
Man, y'all need to go back and listen to the podcast, listen to that interview, man. It's everything. You're getting it from outside sources, people that really watch the game, not national media that's watching the game. I'm talking about coaches and former players that are watching the game. It's different. And here it is. Cam Taylor-Britt. He came off of NWI and jumped up and intercepted the ball. Now, they ended up getting him out at about the 10-yard line or something. But then got a penalty because Hendrickson pushed Will Levis in the back. But he wasn't open on that either.
Also, and I don't want to dive fully into this, but this seems to be a thing again. Can we get guys to, like, hold on to the football through the back of the end zone? Like, why is this a thing again?
Yeah.
Everybody's got to drop it the first thing they do so they're not getting into the end zone.
Now you got to get ready. You got to get ready before you cross the goal line. You already got to put it in one hand so you can get ready to do the sword fencing fighting or something. I don't know what they're doing. Like,
what are the odds that it happens twice in 2 different games yesterday?
Dog. What's wrong with getting all the way in there? I'm like,
why are you so excited?
Look at that big old box back there that you get to go in there. Just have a ball in. If you able to cross over.
It's like the transfer portal.
Yeah, they having a party in there, dog. Will Levis, man. Is it over? Do they bring him back? All I'm saying is, when you walk into this situation, what we saw in advance of this was him masking it. And I told y'all he was in the back manipulating the students.
So you did this on, was it Monday or Tuesday?
Monday, Tuesday.
It was Monday.
Oh.
So Slay had this take on Monday, and the whole time I'm watching this 5-drive thing, I'm just thinking about Slay's point. And like it took me a second to get there on what you were trying to say, or not what you were trying to say. You said it.
Took a minute for me to get there. I had to paint the picture for you.
Paint a perfect picture.
Yeah.
When I got there, though, I was like, same as Babsy. We both, like, the light bulb went off, like, Uncle Fester. And at the same time, we were like, I get it. And the whole time watching the game, I'm like, damn, Slay was right. It's Nostra Slaystradamus. Slaystradamus.
For those who don't know what Slay said, this was his take last Monday.
This was last Monday. Okay.
You're saying Will Levis is in the back of the class, passing notes, getting everybody else to screw up so that they're not looking at him.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's just not trying to get an ass whooping anymore. He's still getting in trouble. His grade's still the same, y'all. That man's still back there in the back of the class. He ain't moved up. He ain't took extra tutoring or none of that. It just look good. I even wrote it down. He trying to not get an ass whooping when he get home. Grade's still the same.
Levis with a blitz coming. Firing. And it is intercepted. Picked off at midfield.
Attitude still the same.
Levis looking, firing. It's too high and intercepted on a deflection.
Activity still the same.
Levis, play fake, deep drop. Pass time, fires and pass is intercepted. 30, 20, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals.
He's acting differently, though. Like, he acts like
He's totally acting differently.
It's slowed down.
Gotcha. Hey, Zell.
That was like a cousin Eddie.
Zell.
That was like a cousin Eddie at the end. Gotcha.
Dog, that's what he's saying. Like, even when they had to tell him when he came from the office, all right, the only way we're going to let you stay back in class is if you remember we was in middle school and, sometime in high school, when you get in trouble real bad and the teacher got to keep an eye on you, they'll put your desk beside the teacher's desk.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't, but you'll be looking out on the class just like she is, and she's sitting right next to you. And so you're thinking like, okay, and this is why I say, got you. He fooled us. Made everybody think like, see, y'all, look, I'm really not turning the ball over. I really can't check down to the guys. I can check down to the receivers. I can manage the game, which managing, as we learned from Riverboat Ron, Savage, Kevin Dyson, the list goes on and on. That's not a bad word, people. That is not a curse word. You can say game manager and it mean good things. It's just when you have an opportunity to make a exceptional play, you make that play. But managing the game is what you're supposed to do. Now, when he was sitting beside the desk, you know what happened? It went by 2 or 3 weeks, y'all, and the teacher said, William and Levis, you've been really good. I like your work that you've been doing. You've been turning it in on time. I haven't graded it yet, but you've been turning it in on time. You deserve to go back to your seat. And when Will was walking away, have you ever seen the movie Home Alone? That little grin that Macaulay Culkin gets when he figures out he's at home alone and he goes bananas and start turning the music on, rocking around the Christmas tree. That was Will Levis going back to his desk, y'all. And you know what the next game was? This one. And he said, but when he got back out in the back of the classroom, he looked at everybody and said, I got y'all.
Look, I know you're as competitive as anyone, right? And Absolutely. I know you want them to win every single game, but
no question.
Every time they turned it over, I could just see that little grin on your face.
No, I promise I had it. I promise I had it. I promise. I even stopped texting y'all like, you know what?
You did stop.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to just wait.
Wait till it's over.
Yeah, because it's going to get better and better. Like, I'm going to run out of characters in a minute. But that's the thing. He get back there, back in his normal seat. He take his mask off. If you can find Mask Off by Future at any point, Zelf, you should play that because that's what he's listening to in his earbuds. And you know the teachers can't see that far. So they earbuds in his ear, and he's listening to Mask Off. Forget it, Mask Off. Future, you know what I mean? And he got everybody. So now he goes back to, You know what? They believed in me. Watch this, everybody. I'll thread this needle again. I see 5 or 6 defenders right there. I don't care. Watch this. Pick.
There's literally were 4 players. Right there.
What are you looking at?
That means there's only 7 other guys on the entire field.
Yo, there wasn't even no pressure on those plays.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't trying to work up in the bike. He was right there chilling.
He was chilling.
Like 6 DBs on the plate.
He lost that ball from the corner store.
Hey, man, that's all I'm saying, dog. Like, if I went through a timeline, Yorl, of how this went for me, it could be a little short movie. Because I remember being down at wherever they held the draft party. Mike Keefe and them. It was down there in the
little
Yeehaw area or something. That ain't really it.
Well, we did our show from a rooftop, but they were somewhere else.
Yeah, they was somewhere else.
They were
went down there after our show.
They were in a van down by the river.
Yeah, that made more sense. You know what I mean? But
They were on the General Jackson
No.
during the draft that was here.
No. I'm saying the Will Levis draft.
Oh, the Will Levis draft.
Remember there was that little brewery?
Yes. Okay.
It was at that little brewery. So we went down there after our show, and I remember what was Peter Skoronsky, number 7 or 10 or something. When his pick came up, they panned the camera to Will Levis. And I put my beer down and I said, no! And all the fans started laughing because it had already been like, hey, man, do not take him. They knew who Nathaniel was in college, this, that, and the other. So we passed that. The next day, riding home, after the show, I had Lil Ron with me.
Yep.
And the pick came through. I pulled over on Donaldson Pike at the world's famous Shoney's. Got in the parking lot.
I thought you were like at Harding.
No, I was right up by the airport.
Oh, the Donaldson Pike.
Yeah, that Shoney's up there, man. Pulled over, got in the parking lot, and put it in park, and just put my hands on my face like, no, they didn't do this.
But you know what you did after that?
Talk to me because this is where I was going.
You gave him the benefit of the doubt.
I did, Yor. I did.
And you cleaned your palate.
That's right.
You cleansed your palate.
Yep.
Like at the
bourbon tasting.
at Benihana.
Oh, yeah.
They give you sherbet to cleanse your palate.
I like the bourbon testing, though. Little some liquid death. I clean my palate. Yeah.
So then you gave him a chance.
Gave him a chance. Went into it with an open mind. Listened to the people that were talking about him.
Training camp. Now you know your QB1.
Oh, man. All right, well, let me dive into this. You got your opportunity. Going to training camp. Man, he do got a nice rifle. He's standing after, working on passes. Okay. Then a little bit of glimmer, a shimmer, of Will Levis old popped up when they were about to play 11 on 11, 2-minute drill to end it with the...
There's one specific throw.
It's one throw. It's one throw that did it.
Where you turned around to me and you were like, uh-oh.
Dog, that's not supposed to happen. How do we get back to that?
Because he had D-Hop and Ridley on the field, and he threw it wide to Mason Kinsey on an out.
On an out. And you know what that was? A pick 6. And I said, uh-oh. No, I'm not going to be alarmed. I'm not going to trip. But I stored that in my memory bank. You know, the old school, when you go to the library, in the back of the book, when they got the little, what's the little card, the index card?
Yeah.
You got to fill it out, put your name on it.
Yeah.
I did that. Will Levis on this training camp day threw a pick 6. Boom, put it back in there, put it in my back pocket. Boom, all right, I'm out of here. I said, what? Okay, we're going into training camp, taking these people to Cabo. It's going to be a great time. This is leadership.
Yep.
I'm still open-minded. Then we get around to the season. And it's his show, QB1. And I started to squint. Because everybody know I can't see out my right eye that bad. I'm like, oh, the stigmatism. And my right eye kicking in. I can't really see him clearly. And then it came back to me. Chicago happened. And I said, no. He did not go down to his knees and pitch the ball into the sky. And the team came up with it and returned it. This is not the road we about to go down.
Packers pick 6.
Packers pick 6 on the vet. Then it was just a chain of events. And it was like, oh, AC joint. Okay,
wait, the Miami game where he didn't see the 350-pound defensive tackle?
That dropped back into coverage. And everybody said, the people that watched the game the right way, hey, man, it happens to a lot of them. And I think it even happened to A-Rod later on that day.
Kurt Warner said it.
Yeah. So, cool. All right. A lot of excuses been made. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, The black light has been pulled out. I have pulled the covers back on the bed. It is bed bugs all over the bed, people. Yeah, that's the face that I got when I'm watching it now. And I knew it was right there. I knew they didn't clean that hotel room up good. I knew it was nasty now. And they gave me a key anyway and tried to trick me.
I think you've had a tough spot, too, because, like, I've been so damn positive.
And I'm riding with my dog. I'm riding with my dog. So every time y'all bring it up, y'all, I just sit back and be like,
yeah, you sit back.
I don't know, y'all. Something just.
But then you came up with that thing last Monday.
And here it is. Ugly head.
4 turnovers and 5 possessions. He gets pulled. Do they go back to him for the next 3 games, or have they officially moved on? 615-737-1045. Levis, 8 of 12, 89 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This from Teron Davenport, who got it from ESPN Stats and Info. Will Levis is the first player this season with multiple halves of 0 touchdowns and 3 or more turnovers. Week 1 at Chicago and on Sunday. Only 2 other quarterbacks have had 1 half like that, Kirk Cousins and Mac Jones. That's it. But Levis is the only guy in the league that's had 2 halves where he had 0 touchdowns and at least 3 turnovers.
They just trying to set records.
Last 2 games, 27-44, 257, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Callahan from Jim Wyatt. I've had confidence in Will Levis and supported him at every turn. Boy, that's past tense. I just noticed that.
Yeah, support it.
I don't think that if you get pulled from a game that necessarily means it's over or the end. Will is still a young player and he's learning. He had a bad day on Sunday.
He
had a bad day.
Hey, but I tell you what, he just keep on walking back. They keep letting him in this classroom.
Callahan said he'll take a couple of days to make a quarterback decision. Couple things. How will the locker room affect this decision?
Is it any different? That's all I'm asking.
Callahan said guys want to feel like they're all held to the same standard, so that definitely is something he's thinking about there. But he pointed out they moved, they rotated at right tackle and some other positions. But he also said, Callahan, he doesn't feel like the locker room has lost confidence in Levis. 615-737-1045. We'll dive in.
Yeah. What's happening, fellas? You need the time of the day. You need a time of the day, a time of the morning, time of the night, whatever it is, go get the GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Hurry up, get over there, man. Let's get our T levels tested because everybody needs to do this. When you're feeling low energy, all of that, lack of motivation, like when you roll out the bed, man, your feet hit the ground and you ready to go. Ready to go. Like, coach, put me in the game. If not, that's what you need to head to, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. It's time to switch it on. Turn in to get in the game. It's that time. Get started today. All you gotta do is go to Hendersonville or Green Hills. 2 locations. I promise you. Low testosterone, weight loss issues, peptide therapy. Don't be the one going to the gym, letting somebody coach you into it. Go where you can get and see what your levels are. You need to make sure everything is in order. Here's the best part about all this. Your consultation and lab work to find out what's going on in your body is completely free. Under no obligation do you have to move forward. Just go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Book your appointment online right there. There's no reason to delay getting the game today with GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
3HL 1045, the Zone, Brent Doherty, Slay Dog with you.
Mask off, baby. You gotta. This is what Will Levis is playing in his head. Represent. Gotta represent. Mask off. Mask off. All right, man. Will, put it back on, man. Put it back on.
Did you feel bad for him when they kept showing him standing on the sideline?
No.
With his helmet on?
No, I thought they should show him more. Like, yeah, you get it all, baby. I just had a source, man. One of my reps hit me up and said, "It's no way possible a post safety should never be able to pick off a dig
route
that fast."
Yep.
Come on, man.
That wasn't even his responsibility.
Come on, man.
Watching those eyes.
Come on down. Like, what are we doing?
615-737-1045. You want to watch the show live? You can. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Michael Spain on YouTube. Where is Babsy? She's got so many bowl games that she's working that I don't know where she is right now.
Right. She might be in Frisco. She might be in Happy Valley.
That's where she was going, Frisco.
And then she Happy Valley.
Happy Valley, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, we figured it out pretty quick.
Yeah, somebody said Slay wants public humiliation on Broadway. Nah, man, I'm just saying, dog, heavy is the head that wears the crown, dog. You got to wear it, man. You got to wear it.
What would you do? Mason Rudolph or Will Levis?
Will Levis.
At Indy.
Will Levis, especially if everybody in the locker room still has confidence in them. Let's send them right back out there. Let's see how hard they running them routes. That's what I want to know. I want you know where I need to be? If I could buy a ticket and they told me, Slay, you get a ticket to any room you want to go in, what position room you want to go in, I'm going to say, give me this ticket, I'm going to pay $150. What room can I go in? Put me in the wide receiver room and make me watch the highlights. Because I want it unfiltered. I want the receivers to tell me exactly what they feeling when that ball lets go. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I want for Christmas.
Take it to the wide receiver room.
Yes.
When they watch film.
Please.
Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of activity in the chat.
I'm just saying. I'm positivity. I'm walking in it. You just talked about this earlier when we started the show. I can't find none, y'all.
Well, I just kept thinking, like, the best possible situation for the Titans would be that he does work out, right? Obviously. So they don't have to spend a draft pick on a quarterback.
No, that's what you need.
But after watching that on Sunday, I don't know how you go into 2025 with that.
What do you like about the
Plus they're gonna put him back out there. So what else is gonna happen?
I think he's a need.
Now here's a conundrum.
What?
What if he goes out, throws for 300 yards a game the next 3 games, like 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, and then we go into the draft season?
That's what always happens at the end of the semester for bad students. This is what always happens. They always get extra credit, and they always straighten up. Listen, I'm speaking from list. I wasn't the greatest student, but I knew what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Knew how to get there.
Yeah, and then when it's time to buckle down, I'm buckling down. I will not be a distraction in class, Miss Thomas, or whatever your name is. Like, Miss Teacher, Miss Teacher Lady, Miss Teacher Man, Mr. Teacher Man. Listen, I'm telling you.
Mr. Telephone Man?
Yeah, like anybody. Well, whoever's an authoritative figure in this classroom, I'm going to be on the straight and narrow for the last 3 weeks. We're going to see it. We're going to see it.
What else? Callahan. We'll get to your audio, Zeph. What else did Callahan say? I know about the turnovers. About the turnovers, he said, well, as a quarterback, he's responsible for the football.
I think. This is what they literally do. Coaches do this. I've seen it since high school. Everybody out there knows. They hold the football in their hand, and when the quarterback QB1 comes up, they know what they say. It's your team, and they handle the ball. Yeah, so you're in charge of that ball. Yeah, take care of it. Don't give it to the other team. They want to score too. Like, it's crazy. Maybe he think they gonna pick it, and the whistle gonna blow, and they gonna say, "All right, let's." Like you think it's like practice, man. This is controlled scrimmage. All right, get back to the ref. Let's go again. Let's go another series. Maybe that's what he thinking.
That's the thing about pick sixes is that you got to get right back out there.
Go again. but it goes on the scoreboard.
615-737-1045. Ryan in Nashville. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, man, how y'all doing?
Good, man.
What's up, Brian?
Good, man. So, I was just curious what y'all thought about this. So, if the Titans did move on from Will Levis this offseason, do you think it's a possibility that they would re-sign Mason Rudolph to be a bridge quarterback if they don't like anyone early in the draft that's coming next year?
That's a great question. All I know is that Greg Cosell told us that he is what he is, a backup quarterback in the league. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He said, but you're not going to go out there with him as QB1 and win, like big picture. So, I don't know. Maybe bring him back as the backup, but my guess is he'll find more money somewhere else. I mean, he hasn't played bad. Who? Mason Rudolph. Charlie check down.
He can go. See, it moved. We just ain't got to worry about him going deep.
Yeah, he can't do that.
Yeah, and guess what? We don't even want him to do that. We got one trying that every play.
Well, if he were in the game, at least they wouldn't try the Hail Mary before the end of the half at the 50-yard line. Greg in Mount Pleasant. Greg, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, I want to open up a can of worms here. If they keep Levis, would it be wise for him to maybe sit behind somebody for like a year or two? And I'll give you an example. Aaron Rodgers has got a house in Franklin. And, I know with him becomes drama and everything else, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Here we go.
Do you see maybe the Titans maybe swinging away to maybe bring him for a year or two? Because, he's not going to be in New York next year.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't playing next year. And he may live here. That's true.
What's your name, brother?
He lives in Franklin.
No, I said, what's your name? I'm sorry. I didn't get to catch your name.
I'm Greg.
Brig?
Greg.
Yeah.
Greg, listen, Greg. All right, man, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I understand that, and I understand him being a Hall of Famer. You know what he is? He's on the Thank you, sir. He's on the Nathaniel watch list, and he took over for Russell Wilson. The team that he's leading that also has players that he wanted, and also all pro players, is 4-10.
Right.
So that's the only thing. Like, you saw the decline coming back from the Achilles, and it was an experiment. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't work out. I think it's a done deal with Aaron Rodgers.
6.7 yards per attempt is the lowest of his career.
Well, let me throw another one at you. Cleveland signed Winston a 1-year deal for me. He's a version of Levis.
Please bring Jameis Winston into this market. Please. I love that man.
If you're doing that, Greg, it can only get better, bro.
Another quarterback they got benched this weekend.
Yeah, they're trying to decide for
Only thing with him, he's gonna make sure he throws some touchdowns, though.
They did say they're gonna have a quarterback discussion about DTR and him. No, the reason why I love Jameis Winston is because press game,
I
just want to hear what he has to say about any and everything.
Stuff. You're right.
Everything. Can you imagine having him in studio for an hour on 3HL?
Dog.
What did he say last time? Please, Lord, deliver me from these pick sixes.
I pray every night to be delivered from pick sixes. He still ain't been delivered.
615-737-1045. Danny says, what about Daniel Jones?
Hey, don't
Daniel
do
Jones.
that. You know what, Danny, don't do that. Don't even ask me that. I'm on the Danny Millionaire train all day long.
Where did he go? Minnesota?
He's Sam Darnold's backup.
Yep. Yeah. Just collecting a big old check.
Well, they'll go to the Michigan guy next year, and you can have either one of those guys if you want him. They keep saying they would have started him. What's that guy's name?
From Michigan.
J.J. McCarthy.
J.J. McCarthy, yep.
They keep saying they would have started him had he not gotten hurt.
They wouldn't got him purposely.
Mm-hmm. More from you. Was that the last straw with Will Levis? 615-737-1045.
Stop letting high interest debt weigh you down. You can pay it all off in days. And that also means, guess what? You can pay it all off before the new year thanks to Loan Pronto. And Loan Pronto's new rapid equity loan. Listen up, homeowners. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. That's Loan Pronto. And Loan Pronto's all-new rapid equity loan. It uses AI-driven technology to get you approved right away for cash out in as little as 1 day. One client even got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their debt, launched a home improvement project, is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers, get that cash, consolidate your debt, and get a fresh start for January. Call Loan Pronto now, see how much you qualify for, and imagine this time next week, you get your cash and your credit card debt free. 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com at 615-499-5780. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Good afternoon. It is 4:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Titans head coach Brian Callahan met with the media today following the team's 37-27 loss to the Bengals on Sunday in a game where quarterback Will Levis was benched after throwing 3 interceptions. Callahan was asked about what will go into his decision on who will start at quarterback versus the Colts next week.
I'm going to use the next 2 days to go through that process and make sure that, the decision we make is the best one for our football team, and take the time here that I have to go through it all and make sure, we're doing the right thing.
In NFL news, Lions injury bug continues as head coach Dan Campbell confirmed running back David Montgomery tore his MCL and will miss the remainder of the season. Also, the 49ers are planning to suspend linebacker Devondre Campbell for 3 games, ending his season after he refused to go into the game on Thursday night. Tonight, it's a Monday night doubleheader as the Bears and Vikings square off at 7 o'clock. Also, the Falcons and Raiders match up at 7:30. You can catch the Westwood One call of that game right here on The Zone starting at 7. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Britt Doherty with you. I hope you're having a great Monday. Talking through some stuff here on the big show, 3HL. Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, coming up at 4:20. The OTP podcast. Brian Callahan show coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. And at 5:20, Chris Lowe, senior writer with ESPN.com. We'll talk college football playoffs. This is the week.
It's here now. It is here now.
This is the week.
It is here now, baby. I gotta go find me some cold gear.
Yes, you do.
That's what I'm scared of. I ain't like the playoffs.
Might have some stuff that would fit you.
Some big stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know. I want, you know what I really want? The orange, like people would go hunting.
See, what I have is like hunting gear, basically, and I don't go hunting, but I've got the pants with like the microwave, like, that silver sealed stuff in the middle. You never get cold in there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Let me get them. What's it like a diaper?
I go sit in an igloo in those things.
So all over your legs?
It's pants.
The pants is warmer.
The whole pants.
Ah, yeah.
I'll
Come on with them, yo. I hope I can fit them. I don't even care if they little. I just have my calves all the way up to my hips warm.
You in the alumni event.
You know it. I find me some warm thermal socks to pull all the way up on them.
Tennessee, a 7.5-point underdog.
Give me them some. I already bet that something. I'll be money in line by the time the game come around. I think it was a plus 220.
Plus 220.
Yeah.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. We'll get some college basketball as well. 5 of the top 7 teams in the AP basketball poll are SEC teams.
Ain't that something?
Now the SEC is taking over basketball, too.
Everything.
You know what the SEC was on Saturday? 13-1. The only loss was SMU beat LSU at SMU.
Yep.
That was the only
and SMU
SEC
came
loss.
back to do that. LSU was up.
And then the Lady Vols, scorched earth. 30 threes?
139 points, Euro. That's 2 games.
It's a school record.
That's an NCAA record, I believe.
Kim Caldwell said she was surprised that the 30 made threes was a record. It is a college basketball record. It beat the men's record, too.
Dude, that's nuts.
She said, quote, "We shot enough of them. We should have broke it." But, yeah, it was surprising to hear that it was a record.
And then it's still like she really ain't satisfied always. Like, she won 45.
I like it.
I love it.
That quote sounded a lot like Pat Summitt to me.
See, man, listen, she out with her style. Man, you know what's weird? They got Kelly Harper on SEC now.
Oh, really?
So I was watching it yesterday, and she had to comment on them. It's kind of just not. It's funny. It's funny watching it.
Yeah, Lady Vols, if you didn't see it, they won 139-59. They won by 80 points.
139 points, y'all.
Against North Carolina Central. Spencer had a career-high 33. She was 9 of 13 from 3. She also had 10 assists, transfer from Arkansas. 6 players in double figures. The Lady Vols were 30 of 63 from three-point range. 9 players hit at least one.
That's damn. Let it fly.
They forced 44 turnovers. They had 22 steals. Remember the Lady Vol record for steals in a game was 20 coming into the season. They've done that like 4 times.
They're going to continue doing it.
Record-breaking night. Spencer set the school record for threes made in a game with 9. Previous record was 8. Lady Vol set a school record with 30 threes. The previous record was 16.
16
SEC record was 19.
They blew that out of the water.
11 more than the SEC record. The NCAA record was 28. They blew that down, too.
That's men and women, y'all.
Yep. Previous record was 136. They scored 139.
139 points.
And they moved up 1 spot in the AP poll. They're 18 now. We'll get into Tennessee basketball, too, in just a little bit. But talking through this Titan stuff, would you trot Will Levis back out there for the last 3?
Yes.
I would too. 615-737-1045. Adam says Slay and Alyssa Lang.
Yep, rocked it out with my girl.
D-Ray and Lebanon. D-Ray, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Yo,
D, right?
Hey, Big Slay, I got a question for you.
Talk to me, baby.
I got a request for you. I need a Dog's Gonna Hunt speech before Friday.
I see what I can do
Another
for
one.
you. I see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
I might be able to pull that one. I might be able to pull that together on Wednesday when we get on Maury. I need him to be a part of it.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a good speech for the game to get everybody ready. I know everybody's excited for it. I'm kind of tired of hearing about the Titans. I'm ready to hear about the Vols.
Got you, baby. Believe me, I'll be warmed up and ready.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all
Appreciate
have a good day.
Yeah, Amari Thomas, Tennessee defensive lineman, on the show Wednesday at 4:20. By the way, we're live Wednesday at Twin Peaks and Cool Springs. Thursday will be at Buffalo Wild Wings in Murfreesboro. 615-737-1045. It is college football playoff week.
It's right here.
I mean, Indiana at Notre Dame is Friday night.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's here, baby. It is here.
All for it. Tommy in Nashville next up. Tommy, what's up?
Hey, Big Slay, I'm excited about the Lady Vols and the men's Vols, but one thing I got an issue with is, and I thought maybe you could know why, we miss way too many layups. I've seen it over the last 2 or 3 years, and I bet if you looked it up, we got to be one of the worst in the country about hitting layups. Can you tell me why you think that is? Thanks.
No doubt. I think different teams go through spells. You probably keyed in on them more because you watch the Vols all the time, but there's plenty of them that go through spells. The Vols went through it last year, right before that Elite Eight run. Like, they started putting little orange stickers up at the top of the box on the backboard to make sure you hit the orange sticker, and it gives you a better chance of going in. A lot of times, man, it's just you get the free flowing and playing, and you concentrate on so many things, you forget details at times. And, you know, throughout the season, it gets boring to athletes to kind of, y'all, we got to start with the basics. Do a chest pass. Okay, do a bounce pass. But in reality, once you move on, when you start missing things like that, you kind of got to go back to the foundation and the fundamentals. So it goes on through all
Do you
teams.
think part of that is he's just so dialed in on his team and doesn't watch other teams struggle with?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if they miss, it usually is a contested thing. Now, I know Kate Phillips missed a dunk the other day, but
that's all right. It's kind of a rhythm of a game. Like, if somebody else starts out, it gets contagious at times. Like when in that Illinois game,
that
Illinois
is a true
was missing
thing,
layups.
right?
Yeah. Like, if you start off hot and somebody start raining threes, it kind of gets contagious with that too. So it's the rhythm and the flow of the game. That's why you got to be able to counter each other's run.
Rhythm as a dancer.
And I'm a prancer.
30 of Illinois' points came from the free throw line. 30 of their 64. So, yeah, those were 2 teams locked in on defense, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was something wrong with that game, though. Like, it shouldn't have been that many.
Like, Rick Barnes, after the game, like, the first thing he said basically was, I don't know how we won that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love it. I love it. Just for the simple reason, that stretch that they went through, he didn't call no timeouts. He let them figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he subbed occasionally, but the game also was so slowed down, you could kind of communicate to the guys without calling timeouts while they were on the foul line or when you were subbing. But
Tennessee only had like 6 assists. That is very much unlike them.
Yeah. Yeah, but like he said, though, a lot of times there was missed shots, you know what I'm saying, or foul. Like that was a weird flow to the game, man. But they prevailed. And that's right there. What they did in that game is going to be needed to be tested like that. Because imagine when we would lose Santi in games. And, you know what I mean, or Josiah. And you'd be Dalton connecting foul trouble. Be like, dog, where are we going to get some scoring? Gainey has stepped up. Meshack, the best defensive player in the world.
comes in and gets a 2 and then hits a big 3.
Huge 3. And the funny thing about it, when people were like, man, can he shoot? If you look at it, he was flirting with 50, 40, 90 last year as well. Like, that young man can play. He just hasn't played. So they working him back into the fold. And like I told y'all last week, with this, the way they're playing, Milicic can slide down and play the 5, and he played the 5 in that game.
14 rebounds.
Big Felix, they took Big Felix out the game.
They did. He wasn't hitting. Lanier's fouled out.
Yep.
Zakai's fouled out, and they figured out how to win.
Figured it out, man.
Tennessee 10-0 for the first time in 25 years, 1998-99. It is the third best start in program history. With a win tomorrow against Western Carolina, the Vols would be 11-0 for the first time in more than 100 years.
Good God Almighty.
The last time Tennessee was 11-0 in basketball was 1922.
Oh, they need to stop it. Who was a part of them teams up there, man? They couldn't get 11-0. Me. Come on, Slate.
But a lot of that is, you play in those tournaments,
Man, that's
you know
it.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's hard for anybody.
Like we were on the way to that in 2000, and we so dumb. We see, this is what I'm talking about. Discipline. Discipline, guys. You got to have a great leader. We were out kicking it in Puerto Rico.
Y'all were lacking in discipline?
Well, man, we went and played Tulsa. We was fried. Man, Tulsa rock and rolled us in Puerto Rico, dog. You should have seen us the night before. Man, we was out there wilding. But that got us back on track. You know what I mean? After we got rocked. That's why Sweet 16, we wanted to see them again. Because we had something for them. And their coach was, at that time, Bill Self.
Oh, yeah.
Before he took the job to Kansas. So we wanted to see Tulsa so bad. Oh, we wanted to beat Carolina and play Tulsa. We was on our way to Final Four.
Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, coming up. When we come back, we'll talk more Titans football. They've got the road trip to Indianapolis coming up this weekend. Three more of these things left. 615-737-1045, always the number. You can hit us on Twitter at 3HL1045. Instagram, 3HL. What are we on TikTok?
At 3HL1045.
There you go. Thank you, Seth. We'll be right back. If your family is obsessed with Wicked, you are probably wondering how much streaming and memeing your internet can handle at your kid's next Wicked-themed sleepover. Well, Xfinity Internet is powerful enough to handle hundreds of devices so you can get a magical connection with fast speeds and amazifying power, even when everyone is online at the sleepover. With Wi-Fi that's truly thrillifying, one might even say Xfinity engineers are secretly wizards themselves. Now through December 22nd, get thrillifyingly fast 150 megabit Xfinity internet for just $35 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and free Wi-Fi equipment included. Plus, learn how to get a free 5G phone with Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com to learn more and keep the magic going from your screen to the big screen and see Wicked in theaters now. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees are extra. After the promotion, regular rates apply. Currently $54 a month for internet service and $15 for Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Babsy Davenport is in Frisco, Texas.
He's a hero.
Do we know what the weather is like in Frisco, Texas?
I don't think it's who was down there? Was it Chris Button that we talked to was down there in Frisco near there?
She lives there, yeah.
I think it's all right.
Yeah, she said Babs is going to be like 1 mile from her house.
Mm-hmm.
But that she won't be there because she's covering another game.
Right. Bowl game, late ass.
Frisco, Texas. It is currently 71 degrees with light rain and thunder.
That's all right.
Because the thunder rolls.
That's Babs. She rolling in. She's the thunder rolling in.
65 tomorrow, 15% chance of rain. For Babsy's Frisco Bowl. I don't even know who's playing in the Frisco Bowl. Do you?
West Virginia, ain't it?
Oh, it is West Virginia. That's right.
She said she got them again.
Look at
West
you.
Virginia and somebody.
Mountain Mama. Mike Keith joins us now, voice of the Titans. Mike, what's up? How are you?
Isn't it Memphis?
It is Memphis.
Get him, Mike. Mike just in tune.
Michael Keith, he knows that.
Hey, if the Tigers win, they win 11 for the year.
Yep.
And 21 in the last 2 years. Silverfield's doing a good job down there.
And that was who was there first? Norvell? Who was there?
Norvell was there.
Mike
Norvell was there at one point,
Yeah,
Tommy West, remember when he was there, Mike?
T-Bone.
I did an interview with him one time, and I taped it, and I got him to cut like a promo, like, hey, this is Tommy West, coach of the Memphis Tigers. You're listening to whatever our show was called at that point. And I was like, man, one take Tommy. And he goes, this ain't my first rodeo. And then I used that as a bite forever.
He was the first freshman to play at Tennessee when freshmen were declared eligible.
Is that true?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Tommy West.
Of course, freshmen were eligible coming out of World War II, I think, or during World War II.
Because of numbers.
Yeah.
Yes. But they were not declared eligible, and he was the first one.
I was going to say,
until the early 70s.
Think how weird it would be with all these records because I think back basketball for sure. You know what I mean?
Like, these records are about to be smashed because all the postseason in college football, all the postseason counts.
Yeah.
So if you get 4 postseason games,
you got something.
Like if Dylan Sampson plays in a national championship game, he's shattering all the records.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strange change, too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have they gone back in the record books and added guys' bowl game performances to their totals? Have they done that?
I don't think so.
Oh, that would be tough.
I mean, they should.
They should. I want credit.
Apples to apples.
Yes, for sure.
All right, let's talk about some positive things from yesterday. How about T'Vondre Sweat? Just Joe Burrow just sitting on top of somebody. T. Sweat goes over there and goes, I'll be taking that. And then, I mean, the agility of that big man and the stiff arm.
So in looking at it in a breakdown, we might have done a film breakdown for a TV show. I don't want to say, but we might have. So first of all, he pushes Cordell Volson into the backfield with his rush. And he and Jeff Simmons, Jeff breaks a double team, and he and Jeff Simmons collapse the pocket. That's what caused Burrow to step up, and it was a really nice play with a bit of a gain from Landry to be there to sack him. And to get off the block, he drives Volson into the backfield to Sweat. He turns around and runs to the ball because he's trying to make a play. And he sees Burrow being rolled over on top of Landry. And to slow it down, he just reaches down and says, I'll take that. And, you know, he first of all breaks a tackle. That was the first thing that has sort of gotten missed, is he breaks a tackle. And then he takes Kappa with the stiff arm. Then he sets up a block and goes down the sideline as far as he can. He has the ball in the right arm, and it's completely tucked away perfectly. I mean, he's got the 3 pressure points and everything. I mean, T'Vondre looks like a ball carrier, and I don't think there's any question at some point soon he is going to be demanding the ball.
I mean, we joked with him about that in training camp, and he's all for it, obviously, but it's funny, Mike, when you see, you know, the skill position guys run the 4-3s or whatever. What's more amazing, like if you get a chance to be down low and see 366, which we all know it's more than that, running like that is a freak of nature.
You know what? He may actually be 366 right now.
Oh, from losing weight during the season?
Well, but I mean, just taking care of himself. I think that's what he's done. I think it's pretty remarkable that he made that play on December 15th. I mean, you think about, and I mean, he's hurting. He's missing some practice time now, like a lot of guys are. But T'Vondre has done a really good job taking care of himself. He has really worked at everything they've asked him to do. And he's made a lot of good plays for this football team this year. But the thing that T'Vondre does is he makes a lot of good plays for other people, just like we're talking about there, that he and Simmons made the play for Harold. You know, they force the pocket, and Burrow steps up, and he has no chance because Landry's there waiting on him. Unfortunately, the Titans weren't able to do that more, which is an issue right now for this defense. And I think one of the big issues as to why they're having so many third down problems is they're not getting to the quarterback enough. But on that particular play, it was really well done.
Mike, when you look at Big Jeff, what is it that got his quickness back? Is it him getting healthy? Just because this little bolt that he's getting through the line, even with the double teams, these last 2 games has been the old Big Jeff, if you will.
Yeah, I think he's in good shape, and I think he's played a lot of football this year, and so I think he's in football shape. I think he's trying to set an example, Ron. I think he knows that his words mean something, but he knows that his play means even more.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey is continuing to show up. You know, when it was a 10-point game, they're late, and the Titans needed a play to have a chance to get the ball back. He makes a play. He needs some guys to step up and help him. You know, they need some more big plays on that defense desperately right now. But I think overall, Jeff has had an even better year than what the stats show.
What were your thoughts and takeaways from? I know when Mike, you are Mike. When Coach Mack is analyzing the game while you're setting it up with the play-by-play, and he's adding his more than 2 cents, like his nickels and dimes and big $100 bills and all of that into it. What are you seeing from that Cincinnati defense that made them be able to kind of key in and get these takeaways from the Titans?
I think they have some veteran players. You know, they went and got a Geno Stone from Baltimore. They have a Mike Hilton in the secondary.
Yeah, Mike Hilton.
Mike Hilton. He's only been in the league 8 years. It seems like he played years ago with Ken Riley and some of those guys on that defense. And they've got a really good coordinator. They have a scheme that works for their players. And they got the Titans in situations where they felt like they could take advantage of some things. They read the quarterback. And Levis, on the one that was intercepted, that was returned for a touchdown, it really felt like he really laser focused on the receiver totally and didn't take his eyes off of him. He stared him down. And that's really what it came down to. I mean, Levis just made some mistakes, and a smart team that has a smart defense is going to take advantage when you open the door in that way. And that's what happened.
Yeah, right, no, I agree with you. The one that Taylor Britt had also, him coming off of NWI underneath to be able to get that interception where it was kind of like the similar thing, staring down Tyler Boyd instinctively. Do you think that's a lapse with Will Levis as far as what's going on out there a little bit, Mike?
I don't know. That's a good question. I can't really say specifically what happened in those instances from his perspective.
Right.
I just sort of know in watching it back in real time, it's often hard to tell from where I'm sitting because I'm watching him. I'm not watching downfield, and then the ball comes out. But in going back and watching it, he just put the ball in harm's way. Yeah. Even the pass to NWI that was tipped, that Hilton intercepted, I mean, that ball was not on target. And if that ball's on target, I think worst case scenario, it's batted away and it's an incomplete pass. But and it's really unfortunate because Will has certainly thrown accurately and has done a better job with interceptions. I mean, there was an article somebody wrote last week about how he had fewer interceptions since he came back, and he seemed to cured his interception problems. And, that was a game where he certainly had not cured it. It was, that was just tough. I mean, when you see it happen, you're like, I think when the third one happened, you're looking for the hook at that point because you just know the quarterback does not have it. Now, whoever that is, the quarterback does not have it. And whatever you're going to do beyond that is whatever you're going to do beyond that. But at that moment, you've got a guy who's out of sorts because he is putting the ball in harm's way. And like I said, a good football team is going to be able to take advantage of that. And the Bengals may not have a good record, but they've had 3 straight winning seasons, and they've played in a lot of big games, and they have plenty of guys who know how to do it.
Yeah, 5 drives, Levis fumble, interception, 3 and out, pick 6, and then he gets benched. And for the first time following a game that didn't include an injury to Levis, head coach said he's going to take a couple days to figure out who starts. And Mason Rudolph played well. I mean, he's Charlie Checkdown for sure. But
well, he did. Yeah, he did a nice job. Now, I think it was important what Brian said towards your Charlie checkdown line, he was playing against a totally different defense.
Yes.
When he came in the ball game, when he came in the ball game, they were going to give him completions to take off 45 seconds of the clock. And so they did that. It would be, had he come in a different circumstance, you could compare apples to apples. But, Mason has done quality work this year for the Titans when he's had a chance to play. He's given them a chance to win. He does not have all the physical gifts that Will does, but he certainly has some. And he's a smart guy. He knows where to go with the football. He understands what the opposing defenses are going to be looking to do in certain situations with his experience. So, you signed Mason for a reason. And now you're in a situation where you have a legitimate decision to make going into the last 3 games. I think people are going to take what Brian said and take it various directions. You could certainly see from some things he said about holding Will to a standard the same as other players when they make mistakes. That's important for consistency. Yep. But then, he did make the comment about Will had been making progress, and Mason played against a very different defense, and so it's not the same comparison. I think he's going to do the best he can for whatever quarterback he chooses to try to keep it off the radar for as long as he possibly can, to give that guy the most chance to prepare. I don't want to say in secrecy, but certainly
competitive advantage.
Competitive advantage, and with as little of the spotlight as possible.
Man, I'd roll Levis out there the next 3 games, and that way you know what you know.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to ask Mike, how hard is it not to go back to Levis in this situation where you are with 3 games left?
I think you can make a case. I think you could totally make a case for going back to Will. I think you get a gauge of where everything is at this point. And so, and Brian said he's going to have discussions with assistant coaches and, kind of get a feel for what everybody's thinking at this point. It's tough. Yesterday was an extremely tough day on Will. And his presser afterwards, it's hard to watch. And that's the human element of it. And people in this building like Will Levis. He's a well-liked guy. He wants it. He works hard. He does things the right way, but it's professional football. It's a bottom-line business. And that standpoint of it makes it so difficult because you've got to produce. You have to. And the production is what it all comes down to in every sort of situation. So, yeah, I could make a case for both scenarios.
We always hit you on the Vols on the way out. What do you think about this Tennessee at Ohio State matchup coming up on Saturday night, Mike?
It's a game they can win. It's a game that they're built for. They're really a team that's built for a postseason tournament. If they get through the first one, I think they're extremely dangerous. But to me, for them, it's going to come down to scoring touchdowns. They've tried way too many field goals for a Josh Heupel team this year. That's going to be what Saturday is all about in the Horseshoe. It's going to be about scoring touchdowns for them. I think they'll play well on defense. You could have a game where you have 6 turnovers, and then that's out the window in terms of how you analyze anything. The outliers can always occur, but if it's sort of in the road of what we think it's going to be, I think it's going to come down to their ability to score touchdowns, because I think their defense will come through and will make it tough on Ohio State. Obviously, too, they have not won a night game under Coach Heupel in this kind of situation. They won a day game at LSU. Mm-hmm. This is a massive opportunity for this program to take the next step. Massive opportunity. And I think for them, it's really, really exciting. So you go in, you shoot your shot, you do the best you can, and hopefully you put yourself in a position that you get Oregon next in the Rose Bowl.
I love what Dylan Sampson said, Mike. He said, we're not just excited to be here. Just getting here was not the goal.
Right. And listen, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, whether you're a Tennessee fan or not a Tennessee fan or somewhere in between, I mean, that football team, you have to admit, whomever you are, they can win it all.
Yeah.
Georgia can win it all. Texas can win it all. Ohio State, if they get going, can win it all. That's what's really exciting about this is you don't have, say, the LSU team from, what was it, 2018 or 2019, where they were so good.
Yeah.
There isn't that kind of team in this tournament. Oregon's good, but I don't think they're that kind of good. And they didn't play the kind of schedule that we're talking about with some of these other teams.
No,
so,
when they play up in class, they play very tight games. I mean, they win them. They've won them, but
yeah, listen, and they can win it all. I'm not saying they can, and I'm not saying they're a pretender. I'm just saying I don't think they're a runaway favorite. And that, to me, is what's fun about this is you're going to have all of these games that are going to have real consequence, obviously, because it's the college football playoff. But, you know, for what that next matchup is and for what comes out of each game, it's going to be fun to see every single round of this. Every single game at every single round is going to be fun. I hope Notre Dame, Indiana is fun. I don't know it will be, but I hope it is.
Yeah, it feels like people are kind of sleeping on Notre Dame a little bit because of the Northern Illinois thing, but they've been blasting people.
Well, but you know what? I mean, what did Northern Illinois finish this year?
4-4 in the MAC. I know that.
Okay. I mean, but they've had some decent teams, you know, over the years. I mean, didn't they go down and beat Saban in 7? Weren't they the team?
No, it was one of the directional Louisiana schools.
Okay. Well, I mean, but they've won some games at different points. I mean, they're not an all-out, you know, team that you're just buying a game from. I mean, they come to play. They're a serious football team. So,
well, it's going to be fun, man. I'm so excited that we all get to experience this and
finally
how much talk we've had about college football from so many different angles, because you open up a 12-team tournament, there's suddenly hope for like 20 teams like throughout the season, even toward the end. So it's been fun.
Well, and I think it's great that Notre Dame is in it even after losing to Northern Illinois early in the season. Because it just goes to show before any college team that loses a game like that, their season's over.
Yes, right.
Yep.
And, you know, Tennessee loses to Arkansas in the past, their season would have been over because this is not the best Arkansas team.
Yep.
And I think that's the great thing about this is every game does count, but every game is not the end of the world like, say, Tennessee, Florida used to be in the 90s, in the early 2000s.
Yep.
You know, for some teams, the season for what your goals were would be over in week 3. And that's no fun. This is awesome.
It's awesome. Can't wait. Brian Callahan Show coming up at 6 o'clock. Mike Keith, Amy Wells, what you got going in that show?
Tonight on the show, going to talk to Matt Taylor, the voice of the Indianapolis Colts. If you thought the Titans game was wacky yesterday, their game may have been even more wacky. And they have had a really strange year. This is an odd Colts team, and breaking it down with him a little bit, pretty fascinating stuff. And obviously the head coach has a lot to say, as you might think.
Love it. Thank you, Mike. Great stuff. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right. Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith. When we come back, again, kind of a two-topic deal. Was that the last straw with Will Levis? It is the college football playoff week finally here. 615-737-1045. Gupta Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. My guys at Gupton have you covered, and you can check out the inventory online, new or pre-owned. They've got you right there, GuptonMotors.com. That is the website. Again, GuptonMotors.com. And that's where we get all the dealership information, all of the deals they have going on in December, the inventory right there. And I do want to tell you this, if you're looking for a new pre-owned, new to you, a pre-owned vehicle that is new to you. That's what I meant to say. $1,000 off every pre-owned vehicle in stock until the end of the year when you allow Gupton to arrange your financing. So get that done. They have oil change packages available for purchase in the service department. What better gift to give than to that special someone that is impossible to shop for? Give them oil change packages. Maybe you got a kid that's driving and they need that as well. Wranglers, select 2024 Wranglers, $10,000 or more off. Just get with them and ask about that. GuptonMotors.com is the website. Again, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Again, Wednesday at Twin Peaks and Cool Springs. Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings in Murfreesboro. Wednesday, Big O.
Big old Maury Thomas from West Tennessee. Come on down, Brad Chris finalists.
The Tennessee defensive lineman will join us Wednesday at 4:20. So that means I've got to put up with Todd.
Todd?
Whenever I ask him, hey, man, can you move? I always catch a bunch of crap. Now, he's just kidding, but, like, I have to go, like, spar with him in a smart way, and I'm not.
You want me to text him?
I'm not prepared for that right now. No, I'll do it.
He might not respond right to you, though. Y'all got to build your relationship up first before you start. You know what I mean? Just jumping out there like it.
I'll just tell him, Todd, I moved you to 4 o'clock. We're doing Amari Thomas.
Oh, yeah, no. You got to roll with his schedule.
Yeah,
he does TV. He does radio all over the country.
Todd everywhere, man.
He does Bet the Board podcast.
You know, I didn't know he was everywhere like that until, what was I watching? And I was like, damn, Todd really do like.
He's everywhere.
I mean, all kind of shows.
Yep. Their best bet in the NFL last week was Pittsburgh Steelers total points under 19.5. When I got it was 18.5. I still did it. They had 10 at halftime. And I was like, oh, here we go. They ended up with 13.
They didn't get the ball no more.
That one drive by Philly?
Yeah.
Was it 11 minutes long in the game?
They had it for 20 minutes in the second half.
Keep going. Let's go.
20-something minutes, yeah.
And I know I'm going against your team, but, hey, money's money.
Oh, no, hey, man, go get it.
Heisman Trophy. Travis Hunter won it.
Man, big.
Ashton Genty was a lot closer than a lot of people thought. And Dylan Gabriel finishes third.
I'm glad that happened. We needed to not just be a quarterback award. We need some diversity in it, man. Like, if it's the best player, he happened to play cornerback and receiver, he needs to win the award. If it's a quarterback that's the best player, they need to win it.
Zeph asked, Don and I both have Heisman votes. Zeph asked in our strand, who did you vote for? And I voted Travis Hunter, number 1, Genty, number 2, and then I went Cam Ward, number 3. I'm not a huge Dylan Gabriel guy.
I knew that.
Because, you talk about system guys, and that has a negative connotation, and I don't want it to come across that way because Oregon's system is incredible, but their receivers lead the entire country in yards after catch. So a lot of what they do is at the line of scrimmage and behind the line of scrimmage. You'll see when, like, if Tennessee plays them in the second round, that's what they'll do. And then they try to set you up to take shots off of that. But so I was just more of a Cam Ward guy, having watched a lot of Miami this year and knowing how bad their defense was.
Yeah.
Without that dude being a superhero a lot of the time, they would have been an average football team.
They at least got 3 more losses, and that's just off the top of the head. Probably more than that.
So that's who I voted for. I don't think Dawn put who she voted for in the strand, so we'll have to – oh, she did? Oh, it was the same as me? Okay, there you go. We hardly ever vote the same 3 in the same order. We differ a lot.
Yeah, it's
which is good. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Z is in Bell Buckle. Z, what's up?
Not much. Thanks for taking my call. I just want to weigh in on Will Levis.
Yes, sir.
The worst has happened to him. He's been benched. The whole season has been bad. There's 3 games left. This is an experiment to see what we got. Let's play him the next 3 games and see how he responds to extreme adversity. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would play in the next 3 games too, but I'm afraid. And Slay, you know this about me with this situation. I was optimistic to a fault, but I think we kind of know where we are with him now.
What was that? Will Levis?
Will Levis.
Oh yeah, no question.
But play in the next 3. Sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Get him out there. Yeah, man. Make him go earn your keep. Got an opportunity.
See what else he can do.
That's all you can ask for, yeah. Like you told me, either be terribly good or terribly terrible. I think that's what you told me.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
in our business, doing things like the hump. Hey, don't be average with it. Be great or terrible.
1 of the 2. Yeah, like
that's why Zeph keeps playing Dawns, and that's why we all think it's funny. Well,
I think it's great.
I do, but you think it's great?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she doesn't.
No, she can't stand it.
She's lucky that's the one day she's going to be here this week.
Yep. We got to play it then.
Oh, and
you won't be here.
Yeah. No, I'm not here tomorrow.
Oh.
I'll be here Wednesday. Well, I'll be with you guys on Wednesday. I won't be in here.
Will we?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Oh, that's right.
Cool Springs.
Yes, sir.
They got cold beer over there.
Cold, very cold beer. That's how you can get ready for Ohio State.
They have really good food.
Really good food.
That's how you can get ready for Ohio State. Twin Peaks.
Yep.
I need them to take the thermometer from Twin Peaks and go put it in Columbus.
Nah.
Tell us how cold it is.
Oh, no, I'm going to tell you.
How cold is it?
No
How cold is it?
Dude, you're going to have...
right now?
Yeah.
You're going to have...
Oh, it don't even matter right now.
You're going to have snot sickles. Slay dog.
I'm going to have who?
Snot sickles.
Oh, no, I'm going to have my mask on. Like Will Levis in the back of the class.
You got an orange mask?
No, but I'm going to look for one.
They have this thing called the internet where you can find like almost anything. Now, the trick is getting it here in
That's
time.
what I was going to say.
Especially this time of year.
Can it get shipped? Can it get shipped here? Let me look.
Remember those Walmart ads? Ship your pants?
No.
I don't think they ever showed them on television. It was just an online campaign.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. Zeph, you need to find one. A ship your pants ad. Right now it's 56 and cloudy in Columbus. We going to do this all week? Probably.
Yeah.
Hey.
What?
Now they got it 30 degrees on Saturday.
Yeah, baby.
Low of 20.
Yeah, I was going up.
Earlier today it was 28 and 14.
That's what I was saying. It's supposed to be an Arctic blast coming through.
The Arctic breeze is you.
Yeah, I'm coming.
You and your crew.
You better believe it.
I found one that will be here on Wednesday.
Okay.
You
I
want me to
got something right here though. This is cold weather gear, blackstrap.com.
Mine's off Amazon.
Yeah. I know.
Blackstrap.com.
Uh-huh.
What else they got?
They got all season base layer, 3/4 pants. No, I don't need no
3/4 pants, like capri pants?
Yeah, I need men's thermo-based layer pants. Oh, here go a mask. Expedition Hood mask. Hood Batavia mask.
Blackstrap.com.
Type it correctly.
Yes. Don't miss the A with an I.
Get us out of here, yo.
5 o'clock hour coming up.
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming to you with Brentwood Jewelry, and I got to tell you about the style, the deals that you're going to get every single day. It's all exceptional. Yes. For over 50 years. BrentwoodJewelry.com can deliver anything you're looking for. All you got to do is just get in there. Just get in there. Go to 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood. Now, I know it's hard to believe that the holiday season is here. Now, our friends at Brentwood Jewelry, they make Christmas shopping easy. I know a lot of people out there, stressing. Don't let it be you. Not when you're listening to me. As we all know, Christmas, that's that popular time to propose as well, like my man Zeph back there. It's also time for giving to those of you love. Brentwood Jewelry can give you the experience you want, like a surprise gift of that dream ring that she's always wanted. Or are you looking for something custom, unique, whatever it may be? Custom designers, they choose from the selection of fine jewelry. You get to do that. Watches and engagement rings. Bring that priceless heirloom and have to transform it right there on the spot. Get that special gift for somebody to pass it down generation after generation. Holiday hours have started Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Good afternoon. It is 5:02. I'm Joseph Milano live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Titans head coach Brian Callahan met with the media today following the Titans' 37-27 loss to the Bengals on Sunday in a game where quarterback Will Levis was benched after throwing 3 interceptions. Callahan was asked about what will go into his decision on who to start at quarterback next week versus the Colts.
I'm going to use the next 2 days to go through that process and make sure that, the decision we make is the best one for our football team, and take the time here that I have to go through it all and make sure, we're doing the right thing.
In NFL news today, Lions injury bug continues. Head coach Dan Campbell confirmed that running back David Montgomery tore his MCL. He will miss the remainder of the season. Also, the 49ers plan to suspend linebacker Devondre Campbell for 3 games, ending his season after he refused to go into the game on Thursday night. Tonight, it's a Monday night doubleheader as the Bears and Vikings square off at 7 o'clock, and the Falcons and Raiders match up at 7:30. You can catch the Westwood One call of that game right here on The Zone starting at 7. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three at 104.5 The Zone. Hope you're having a great Monday. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful evening in the Music City. Rain moving through. Talking a lot about the weather today. Frisco, Texas, Columbus, Knoxville, Nashville. Don Davenport is in Frisco, Texas in advance of the whatever bowl. I don't know. West Virginia, Memphis.
The whatever bowl.
The Frisco, Texas bowl?
That might be. That might be it.
She kept saying she was going to Frisco. I thought she meant San Francisco.
No. She's going to Frisco.
Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. You better be ready. And the car ain't got no roof. Bump.
Slay Dog, Tennessee gets a buzzer beater game winner from Jordan Gainey to win 66-64 at Illinois. Gainey with a career high 23 points. 18 of those came in the last 13:28 of the game.
That's right.
Chaz Lanier had 17 before fouling out. Zagai Ziegler also fouled out, but Tennessee found a way. How big of a win was that?
Humongous win, true and tested win. You had other people that had to step up. That's not normally in those roles, especially in the ball handling, being the one to have to go score, and even being the one that has to go and finish defensive possessions with the rebound. I thought it was huge with Jemai Mashack, who is probably the best defensive player. And I said it Saturday, not only SEC Defensive Player of the Year, we're past that now. This is the National Defensive Player of the Year. And if anybody want to tussle about that, I'm all here. I'm here for it. So you got that. Also, Milicic stepping up the way he did. I want to see how Felix Okapar bounces back with him on. I think he only played like 10 minutes in that game.
Kind of worried about him.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. But
Okay.
it's good to know that you got guys that can step into that role. Man, Milicic was handling the ball.
Definite
the ball well.
roster options for Rick Barnes.
So many.
Yeah.
So many different combinations. Bishop Boswell, you got to tip the cap to him. Him coming in and playing and getting defensive stops and also offensive rebounds to keep plays alive. That young man just earned him some time, and it's hard to earn time as a freshman.
It is.
For Coach Barnes. So.
Especially like as the season has progressed.
Yeah.
Usually you would find out earlier on, but yeah, on-ball defending was good from him.
And Illinois is a good team too, Euro. Like
Illinois is a good team.
They beat Arkansas, beat 2 other top 25 teams.
And that environment was good.
Man, it was rocking in there.
Tennessee 9-1 when playing as the number 1 team in the country under Rick Barnes. Illinois 3-23 all time against number 1. Tennessee hosts Western Carolina tomorrow at 6. It is the 3rd best start in program history. With a win tomorrow, the Vols would be 11-0 for the first time in more than 100 years.
Man, all the criticism that Coach Barnes takes due to March, and I will say, man, these last tournament exits, probably from about the last 4, maybe even 5, that wasn't on him. Like, especially coming out of COVID. Like, it was some plays that didn't go the right way. Some players didn't answer the bell as far as making shots. But when you come down to the coaching, y'all can lean away from that, man. He ain't got nothing to do with this schematically and everything. It's been on point. So, maybe you got a group this time that can deliver. And I think this is a close-knit bunch, man. We're going to see how far. And it's like that throughout the SEC, honestly.
Yep. From FanDuel, Auburn, the favorite to win the college basketball national championship. Duke is second. Tennessee is tied for third with Houston. Number 5, Alabama and UConn tied. UConn with a big win over the weekend as well.
I would put Duke below Alabama. I would put UConn way, way, way lower. UConn ain't the UConn of old right now. And when I say of old, back-to-back
national champions.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Zeph found it's Kmart. Thanks to a lot of y'all. Ship with a P your pants. This is what they did.
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants? You're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow. I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com
There you go.
right
You've
now.
never heard
and ship
those?
it to you
No.
for free.
That was
Nuts.
a nightmare to listen to. I was waiting for
Like
the
dog.
P sound at the end of every one of those words.
Like
It's
that
Kmart.
is-
They're not just going to throw the S-bomb out there all over the place. That's
nuts.
pretty good little idea, though.
Nah, that's pretty cool. That's wild, though.
It went viral. Just like these guys. Reese and Laura join us. Laura, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Laura?
Hey, I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer needs to start the next 3 games. And I need to buy a case of Hellman's mayonnaise to get Will Levis out.
You think that would do it?
Gotta help.
I think that would do it.
Big Slayer, you with me?
What's up, Reese?
I thought she was done, but she's still going.
I was going to say, you just cut her off.
You can't cut Laura off, dog.
I thought she was done. I thought the mayonnaise was it. I didn't know.
Now, I have connections with the mayonnaise distributor.
Oh, okay. Big Slayer, you still there?
You better know it.
So, yeah, you know, we Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it was with you the other day.
Oh, I
Remember?
loved your buzzer beater dance.
Okay, I'm not sure she's ever going to be done, Big Slayer. So.
Laura liked the dance, Reese. Can't
I
hate
like
on
the
that.
dance. I shimmied and shaked with him.
Thank you, Laura.
So, I had them. I had $400 on the line. You remember seeing that?
I do.
And I had. If they won by 3, I would have won it all.
Mm-hmm.
But I made an in-game bet at 1.5.
Oh, that was huge.
So I ended up profiting 100. I had extra. I had 300 on the 1.5. Right.
Right.
If I would have waited to the end game, like my own strategy, but I went against my strategy.
Can't never do that. You know better.
I know, but
can't chase
I
them.
tell you what, yeah. Now I tell you what, those fans were ready. That was a rocket.
They sold well. I give them their props. They sold out, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I hate Assembly Hall being from Indiana. Sorry, Babs. But Assembly Hall West was ready.
Yes, it was.
Assembly Hall West.
They was rocking.
Oh, my goodness, was that insane.
Yeah.
And Vegas nailed it. They had it right at 1.5, too. I am surprised, us being number 1 in America, that they had it so close.
Guess what, man? They played a lot of teams, man, and went on the road and won a lot of games. When they went down there and beat up on Arkansas, it wasn't even – I mean, it was close, but it wasn't close. You know what I'm saying? And Arkansas, they got a solid team, so.
Hey, I respect Jordan Gainey now.
There goes Laura.
Now.
There goes Laura again. Now, Big Slay. There she goes. But Big Slay. It went down to -7 from 7.5. I am tempted just to do the money line. What are you and Mayor doing on this?
I already did.
I did both.
Yeah, I already did the +7.5, but I'm doing the money line. I'm 200 on the money line, no question.
Oh, I'm scared.
So let me ask you this: it's already went from 7.5 to 7. I'm in limbo. I'm thinking about waiting and seeing what happens right before the game and the first possession of the game? Or do you think I just need to wait right before the game and then put some money on?
Real quick, it's still 7.5 on FanDuel if you want to go
that's
there.
why I went and grabbed it.
It's still 7.5 there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to stay with what works, man. You got don't get the wavering, Reese. Stay with it and lean in on it.
Just wait till the game starts and make my end game.
Yep, you can do that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, the end game's the way to go.
No, you've been hitting on that too, so I'm probably gonna follow you on that one as well.
And I got my revenge against Illinois because remember I wanted Illinois against Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
And Illinois really, really hurt me there. And we got them back with the buzzer beater.
We'll take that.
So, now, let me ask you this, though.
Jordan Gainey MVP.
Oh, there goes. Yeah, she's really throwing me a curve here.
She's fired up today, Reese.
I love it, too.
She is. I love her excitement. I really do. But now, real quick, I'm so sorry. So, back to the Titans. One thing real quick.
Man, bring us back.
Mama always said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I just realized what just happened. Do you realize what just happened, Big Slay?
What? Tell me.
Will Levis just had a 7th turnover.
Right now.
Yeah. So do you know baseball, Big Slay?
No, not like I should. I know a little bit.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Sometimes you put in a reliever and he blows the game, and the manager's like, I'm not using the rest of my bullpen. You done ruined the game. You're out there. You're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You've screwed everything up. You've ruined it all for everybody. Let Levis be that reliever.
Oh, okay.
Let Levis be that reliever. Let him lie on his own sword and get him out of town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, don't put Rudolph is a backup, and he's a great backup. Awesome. Levis ruined it. He gave up the home runs in the 9th inning. Let him sit on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did it, huh?
All right, Reese.
But hey, you know what? This Saturday, you know what it is, Big Slay?
Talk to me, baby.
It's football time in Tennessee! Good old Rocky Top, we love y'all. Let's go beat Ohio State! Woo!
That's my guy.
There they go. Laura was active today.
I like Laura's energy today.
When we come back, senior writer for ESPN.com, Chris Lowe. We'll talk college football playoff next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
You can get in the game with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. We just got a brand new door installed on our patio out to our backyard from Pella this morning, and they were phenomenal. Now, we already knew they were phenomenal because they replaced some of our windows in our home, but our door had started to rust, so we added a new door as well, and they showed up a little bit early. They did a phenomenal job. The new door is absolutely gorgeous, and we are now ready for winter because it is sealed way better than our old door ever thought about being, and it looks way better. It is beautiful, and if you are in need of new doors and or windows, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, who you need to call. I've had a wonderful experience with them, and I know you will have the same. They have an offer for you, 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. 615-249-19 910 is your phone number, or you can easily schedule your free consultation. Check out that special offer I mentioned. Tell them Dawn sent you. Just go online, PellaNashville.com.
It's RHL 1045 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Beep, 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 doop. The coldest game in Tennessee history was in 1950. Tennessee's coldest game ever. 1950 when the Vols edged Kentucky 7-0 on a 10-degree night in Knoxville.
A little night.
Players convinced the Tennessee coaches that they did not want to wear sleeves.
That's what I'm talking about, guys.
1950, man. Those guys were tough. General Neyland.
Yeah, buddy.
Chris Lowe, you remember that game?
No, but I bet our good friend Larry Woody does.
Oh, I bet he does. Nice little stray for Larry Woody. That was good.
Slay, so what about our boy Ramon? Ramon used to go sleeveless in some of those games in Pitt.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Back in December.
Yeah, he had to. They had the big coats and those heated benches over there.
All those big coats, yeah.
Yeah, but they used to be out there. They would go out there and get the rocking.
Yeah, you love those cold weather teams, man. I can remember, back in the Terry Bradshaw Steelers days, Franco Harris, man, they were at their best. It'd be sleeting, about 19 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Field, Three River Stadium back then was like a parking lot. You're playing like on a parking lot. And they were at their best in those games.
Right. He always said, though, it didn't always feel as cold as it was around the stadium as it did on the field. It didn't feel that cold, so he had that working to his advantage. Maybe he was just hyped up, too. That could have been it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's it's going to be cold. I think Tennessee knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be cold for both teams. It's not like Ohio State's played a ton of games in 20-degree weather this year either. I mean,
exactly.
They played in colder weather, but for both teams, it's going to be cold. And that cold weather stuff always seems to resonate most with the team that's losing and having to come from behind, or the team that's fumbling the football. It still gets back to doing what you got to do in big games, which most of all, you got to play clean football. And that's where Tennessee has not done a whole lot of on the road the last few years, is go on the road in a tough environment at night against a good football team, and play clean football. And by that, I mean, not having a bunch of penalties because the crowd's loud, not turning the football over, not being able to finish drives and having to kick field goals. And that, if Tennessee's going to win the game, I think you'll be able to look back at the stat sheet and see they had fewer penalties, especially on offense, pre-snap penalties, fewer turnovers. And when they do drive the football and get inside the 20 to 25, that they're scoring touchdowns and not kicking field goals.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, too, CeeLo, like, it's not like this Ohio State bunch was groomed up there in the like in Ohio and used to it. Like, Quinshon Judkins is from Alabama. I mean, like, it's not like all these guys grew up playing in this weather and stuff like this. This is a different day and age with the transfer portal. So as much as it means to Tennessee to not play in cold weather, I guess it should mean the same thing. But who am I?
Yeah, well, Caleb Down the same way. I mean,
right.
He played at Alabama last year. So,
man, what a player.
I didn't follow that. You're right. So many guys moving around, and Ohio State brought in a bunch of guys in the transfer portal. It's a factor, but I think it's something that all of us, those of us, fans, media, I think sometimes we talk too much about that.
That's right.
About the cold weather. It's the coldest for the team that doesn't play the best. That's probably the best way I can put it.
That's definitely true. It's also going to be a line of scrimmage game, too, right? Like, Ohio State got physically manhandled by Michigan. Obviously, that's been addressed since then. So this will be a challenge for them to go out there and play a physical style of football that Ohio State knows how to play. But on the other side of that, inconsistencies up front on offensive line for them in the run game. They've got injuries up front, All-American center, All-American tackle, and Tennessee's strength is that defensive front. So, I think that's going to be kind of where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, I think you got to make the quarterback beat you if you're Tennessee. You just don't want to give them a chance to get – and then you kind of rhythm running the football. Make the quarterback beat you. If he beats you, so be it. And it's one of those things where Tennessee defensively, I know we've talked about this before, has really, with the exception of one game, that one game being on the road, albeit against Georgia, against a quarterback who got hot in Carson Beck, has sort of been able to impose their will against opposing offenses. Even the other game they lost against Arkansas, the defense played, they gave up the long drive late, but they played, certainly you hold a team to 19 points at their place, you should win those games, 9 out of 10 games. So I think defensively Tennessee the defense will give them a chance to win. I think, again, they've got to make more explosive plays than they've made this year. And I think that's where, Nico and the receivers and his protection come in. They've got to be able to hit some balls down the field. This defense is talented. They can't, I don't think anyway, line up and go 75, 80 yards multiple times for long touchdown drives. They've got to help themselves out by going up top. And not even, I'm not even saying throwing go routes and 40, 50-yard bombs, but where Tennessee probably hasn't been as good this year, where I think Josh Heupel and everybody thought they would be better, is run after the catch. I mean, how many times have we seen this team this year? A couple times, but take a shorter gain, shorter pass, make somebody miss, and turn a 15-yard gain into a 40-yard gain. I think that those types of plays in this game, to me, will be critically important for the Vols.
CeeLo, I did get a message from one of my reps, him being Ramon Foster. He said,
that's a good rep.
Yeah, that was a good rep. He said, never wore sleeves. Tell CeeLo that was the requirement. We wasn't judging if you wanted to wear them, but we were judging.
You're darn right you would judge if you put those sleeves on, man.
Can't be a big
you know what, Clay? You know what I'm going to do just for you? Tell Ramon this. I'm going in a T-shirt. As I make my way to the press box, man, no jacket, no sweater, no layers of clothing, no long johns. I'm going strictly in a T-shirt as I make my way across the parking lot there as I go into the shoot.
Yeah, Lo. That's what I'm talking about, Lo. That's what I'm talking about. Ready for the elements, baby. It's playoff time.
Chris Lowe with us from ESPN.com. So the Indiana-Notre Dame game, that line's going between 7.5. Notre Dame favored Friday night. Tennessee-Ohio State going between 7.5. Ohio State favored. Penn State pushed up to 8.5, and Texas an 11.5-point favorite against Clemson. Which of the four games do you think is most likely for us to see an upset?
I think Tennessee. I mean, Vegas thinks they know something, right? I mean, the Tennessee's getting 7.5 points, but when you look at the way Ohio State ended the season, they were pretty sloppy against Nebraska. Now, granted, this is a home game. Tennessee's got to prove they can go on the road. And I really think part of the reason Tennessee is such a big underdog is they simply haven't played well on the road.
Yes.
In the last few years. I think when you look at the matchup, if you're playing out in if you're playing there at Polcon High School this game, I think Tennessee matches up pretty well with them. I really do. But I think the fact that they just have not been a good road team against quality opponents, I think if you're handicapping this game, you're like, I want to see it to believe it. I think that's part of the deal. But I think Tennessee matches up well. I think their defensive line, their depth in the defensive line. Something tells me that, I had a chance to sit down with Nico. I got a piece that's going to run on him later this week. That he will play his best game. I think he's sort of primed. He's sort of been moving in this direction ever since the concussion. I know when talking to some of his teammates, the way he got back up, stood up, played a week after having that concussion, albeit they didn't beat Georgia, but he went there and played and competed. Something says he has his best football game in this game. And you know what? Probably Tennessee's going to need it to win the game.
Heisman voting, Travis Hunter, Ashton Jeanty, and Dylan Gabriel. How did you vote?
Yep. Well, I did not vote the way it went. I had Jeanty number one. I had Travis number two. It was hard. I went back and forth. Before the conference championship game, I was probably going to go Hunter number one. But as I sat back and I looked at it, I looked at who, Jeanty got his yards against and how consistent he was. I don't think Boise State is anywhere close to being a 11-win football team or a conference champion. Certainly not a playoff team without that kid.
Right.
No, I mean, he carried that football team, played well against the best teams he played. I mean, that's always a big factor to me. Not that Hunter did. Hunter is probably the kind of player we're not going to see anytime soon to be that kind of factor on both sides of the ball. I know people say, well, how can you sleep on Travis Hunter? Well, I'm not sleeping. It's more, Jeanty just a guy who's still chasing Barry Sanders' record. And that's sort of why I made the decision. It was a hard one. I mean,
it was.
The last few decisions for me in the Heisman Trophy haven't been that hard. They really haven't. I've voted for the guy who's won, I think, the last 5 years. This one was harder. And I think, again, to have such a unicorn and Travis Hunter made it harder. And then a guy like Jeanty, he was everything to that football team. And those didn't get a chance to see him play. And I did have a chance to see him play several times this year because he played on the West Coast.
Yep.
He isn't everything back, man. He breaks tackles. He's a home run threat. He's got great vision. He catches the football. He is a really, really good football player. I bet he plays a long time in the pros.
You know who he reminds me of? LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. You're right. And you don't see guys. It's like, this. I mean, you don't see guys get a square hit on him a lot of times.
No.
He runs low to the ground. He's shifty. You just don't see him get laid out a lot.
Yeah.
And even when he does get hit, it's, he's gaining a yard or two more, and unless he's just tackled stone cold on a sweep, you don't see him get a lot of negative yardage plays either. So I did sort of fluctuate between those two, and I got no problem with Travis winning. He had an unbelievable season, and he was fun to watch play. To me, I don't know where he's going to play in the pros. I mean, because I think he's certainly capable of playing both sides. I mean, can he do that in the pros? I guess we're going to find out.
Sounds like he wants to play wide receiver. But, yeah, we'll see. I went Hunter Genty, and then I went Cam Ward third. Who'd you go third?
I went Bryson Daly third.
Look at you, Captain America. Number 2.
But obviously he did not play well on Saturday. Of course, the vote was in before Saturday's game. But he's another one that did everything to Army and put up huge numbers.
What do you have, 29 rushing touchdowns, something like that?
Yeah. And it was sort of their offense, the heart and soul of that team that had a historic season. But, yeah, I had Daly third. So it's I take my time. I usually take Sunday, all day Sunday, and part of the morning on Monday, and try to research in their biggest games against the best opponents these teams played, key games for them, and try to all right, what would this team be like without this player? And I think consistency is a big thing to me. Did someone rack up, if someone has like 20 touchdowns, did they get 7 touchdowns against bad teams, for instance? I try to go back and look at that, and the guys that I voted for all were really consistent, and but it was certainly for me. It was down to Hunter or Genty. It was one of those two.
I've seen some mocks where Genty goes to the Dallas Cowboys, which would be interesting. I can kind of see that.
He's an every down back.
Yeah.
You don't find those every day anymore. I mean, he can play certainly on third down. He's a guy that he gets tough yards. He can run up between the tackles. He can get wide on you. I mean, I don't know exactly how much he weighs, but some of the best backs now aren't 230-pound, 225-pound backs. I mean, you go watch a guy like, I was watching him last night, go watch a guy like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was a quarterback in high school in Tulsa. I'll never forget Saban coming up to me at practice, and he'd just gotten on campus. He said, see that kid over there? He said he was a quarterback, shotgun quarterback in high school in Tulsa, ran the ball 89% of the time. He said he'll end up being an NFL guy who plays about 10 years at running back. And I'm thinking, all right, I'd say the guy knows what he's talking about. It's Nick Saban. And sure enough, he starts playing, and the guy can do everything. He can catch football. He gets tough yards. He's durable. And I think Genty, I don't think he's quite as big as Jacobs, but I think he could be that type of player.
Chris Lowe with us, ESPN.com. All right, it all starts Friday. Can Indiana hang with Notre Dame? Notre Dame's been pummeling people.
Yeah, they have. And they scored a ton of points down the stretch, too. That's the other thing. I wondered about them when they laid that egg against Northern Illinois. I thought, is this team going to be able to be a team offensively, that can score 30, 40? And they've done that. Leonard's gotten better. I think Jeremiah Love is what sort of really helped them take it to another level. He's that home run threat. He's got one of those guys that, talking about making people miss and going the distance, and he's been that guy for them. And on defense, they play really well. But Kirk Cignetti, man, he's got that bite back. I love his bite back personality. His team plays that way there at Indiana. And I think they're all tired of hearing about how Indiana hadn't beaten anybody, hadn't played anybody. Well, here they get to play Notre Dame on the kind of stage that Indiana football hasn't been on since maybe ever, certainly in my lifetime. Yeah, I think they can. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that game starts. Can Indiana stay in it? I think both of those games, both those night games, Indiana, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Ohio State, I think both of those home crowds start to get a little nervous if those games go into the second half and it's a close football game. I think then the pressure shifts to both Notre Dame and Ohio State.
I think that's true. The other two matchups, SMU at Penn State. Slay and I really liked that SMU team. Felt like they came out a little wide-eyed against Clemson. Once they settled down, they hung with them for sure. That and more. But the one thing in that game, SMU had 7 drop balls all year, and they had like 3 in the first quarter. So that was an obvious thing that was going on there. Can they challenge Penn State in Happy Valley?
Well, not if they start like that, because of all the venues we've talked about, I think playing a game at Penn State And that game, is that a noon game or the middle of the day game?
It's the 11 a.m. Central game.
Yeah, so it's not a night game, which SMU gets a little bit of a break there. But playing in Happy Valley is a really hard place to play. That's one of those places where, certainly if it's night game, it's not that, you're not raising your hand to go play.
Yeah.
But they can't get off to a bad start. That's I think having to play from behind on the road, because the game against Clemson's a neutral. There were more Clemson fans there probably, but still, this is a true road game. They do not need to get behind in this game. But again, Penn State and James Franklin, and I know James has gotten a lot of grief because he hadn't been able to beat the best teams on his schedule. But this is one of those games where they can't lose this game. Penn State loses this game. What's the climate going to be like there in State College in the offseason?
See, I think that, and I think Ohio State with Ryan Day. I think those two schools and coaches can't afford a loss right now.
It's almost like you're going to these games and you're like, all right, we got a chance to win a playoff game and move a step closer to the national championship. To me, there's almost this aura that we're getting ready to play this game, and boy, we can't lose it. Now,
that's tough.
The fan bases are like that. Now, does that seep into the team? I don't know. But it sounds like a lot of Ohio State fans are selling their tickets. Slay, are you buying up a lot of tickets there on StubHub to go invade the shoe on Saturday night?
I told Mayor, I got 3 tickets, and the tickets actually came from an Ohio State fan. Like, no lie.
Is that a real thing, though, dog? I mean, it looks like the analytics of StubHub and what they're putting out there is the secondary market. Tennessee fans are really buying a lot of tickets to go to that game.
Yeah, and the place seats about, gosh, what is it, 91,000, 92,000. So, if Tennessee were to get 15,000 people in there, I mean, that would be pretty amazing. Because I think their allotment was 3,500, and really more than half of that goes to players' families, the band, other staff. So they had about 1,000, 1,200 tickets, I think, to sell or distribute among donors and fans. So if Tennessee were able to get another 10 to 12 to 14,000 more tickets over and above that, that'd be pretty remarkable.
Yes. I know one thing. I have that microphone in my hand at the alumni pep rally. So me and Stir the Pearl, man, we going all the way up.
You going to hold it down?
Yeah, buddy.
It's not a big Vols event, Brent, without Slay. I'm in Detroit last year rally before they lead 8. There's Slay on the stage. There's Allen Houston, White Slay. I think Trey Smith was there.
Yep,
but the loudest, the most liveliest, the most entertaining, Mr. Headband, Von Slay.
Chris, do you think Tennessee's back? They get the win over Miami and New York. Do you think the team had as much fun as Slay and his guys back in the day?
No way. And where I screwed up 2 weeks ago when I was in New York City is I forgot to call Slay. I knew a few places in Times Square. I went to a great place to eat called Carmine's, but I forgot to call Slay and tell him where they did most of their partying that night. I'd have gone to that place when I was there, and I forgot to do that.
That would have been a good time. Good thing you didn't call me, CeeLo. Well, you want to make it out alive.
I thought about Vincent yesterday. Vincent Yarbrough, our good buddy. Where I guess there's 3 players now who've had more than 200 steals. Z, Vescovy, and our good friend Vincent Yarbrough. The only 3 in Tennessee hoops history with more than 200 steals.
Yeah, and that's
I still think Vincent is one of the more underrated players. When you look at rebounds, steals, points, rebounds, points, steals, and even assists.
Yeah, he get up and block some shots too.
Yeah, I think he's probably up there category-wise as good as anybody in all those 4 different categories.
He had an incredible line. I've told Slay this. When he committed to Tennessee, like his line was, "I'm going to Knoxville to awaken a sleeping giant." And I thought that was a great line.
Yeah, one of the first things ever covered for the Tennessean Slay like this was I just moved, and football preseason was going on, but that's also like within 2 weeks after I got the job when Vincent was announcing between Kentucky and Tennessee at his high school there in Cleveland. And it was in his cafeteria there at the high school. And I walked in there. I was like a fish out of water. I don't think I'd ever been to Cleveland, Tennessee before. And there's all these people in there everywhere, all this orange and these people. Brent Hubbs is standing up on a table trying to tape it while he's there for the radio station.
Rubber dog.
And Vince stands up there and announces for Tennessee, and the place goes crazy. And that was August of 97?
Yep.
I guess.
Yep.
So almost 30 years ago. And we're getting old, Slay.
Man, we right there, baby.
That next year's the last time Tennessee started 10-0. They haven't been 11-0, Chris, since 1922.
Hey, man.
I still think that the team, I know we're rambling here, but I still think the team that Slay was on that lost to North Carolina Sweet 16 was one of Tennessee's three or four most talented teams in history. Maybe in the top three. The King Grunfeld teams are great. The Grant Williams team was great. I still think that team, and if it wasn't for that darn Julius Peppers, you guys would have won that game. Nobody could keep his big butt off the board there in the last 3-4 minutes of the game.
Nuts, dog. Foul Haywood out.
Damn football players.
Dude. Silly.
Yeah, he had 2 offensive putbacks in that game that were just killer for Tennessee, or Tennessee wins that game.
Yep.
Love it, Chris. It's going to be a fun weekend, man. Where are you headed?
I'll be headed to Columbus with Slay. So
Yeah,
Slay
Lord have mercy.
I will be right there.
You will be shirtless.
Alumni tailgate, baby. I ought to be there about 11 o'clock. Yeah, buddy.
All right. Text me and let me know where you are, and I'll come by.
Say no more.
Chris Love.
Yeah, buddy. That's my buddy. Man, we had a ball in Detroit.
I know.
Yeah, we had a great time in Detroit.
You and CeeLo and Will from the Ville.
Yeah, and Tony White.
And Tony White, the Wizard.
The Wizard, baby.
Love it. All right, more 3HL next, 104.5 This Home.
What's happening, y'all? Kill'emStemCellInstitute.com. You probably wondering, like, Slay, you always talking about them. Well, I'm going to keep talking about them because holistic stem cell therapy is where it's at. When you want to get healed up, cut it in half, that's part of it. But it all comes from right there inside you. It stems from your body. Yeah, it's funny because it stems from your cells. Yeah, your solution. Your stem cells are your solution. They're stored and also used for future and continued use. Now, it's harvested and redeployed based on your needs. Now, if your knee is giving you pain, inflammation, also my shoulder, my hip, I mean, I went around the world on it, but it all did what it was supposed to do, knocked the inflammation right out. And it's the same thing it can do for you with a congestive heart failure, lung issues, autism, or arthritis. That's right. It stretches all the way out. All you got to do is call and set up your consultation. Talk to Dr. Kellum straight up one-on-one, 615-850-4415. Make that appointment today. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Jim Wyatt will join us. And then we'll play probably a healthy bit of audio from some of the Titans people. We will definitely talk some college football. Playoff coming. Playoff coming. Sergeant Major at Thompson Station next up on 3HL. Sergeant Major, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So, man, listen, I'm listening to these fans, and I've been on YouTube, man, listening to fans, some of them try to take up a Will Levis. Not everybody, but some of them, right? So, I was thinking of, you know what I'm saying? We was all young at one point in time, right? You know, everybody on, you know, Mayor, Slay, you were young, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you may have had a girlfriend or two, you know what I'm saying? And you was in love with her. You loved her to death, man. Ain't nothing you wouldn't do for her. So, you know, you go out with your friend, she go out with her friend, she come on, you know, she got some cologne on, you forgive her. Hey, man, look, didn't happen, I didn't see it. Then you catch a dance with a guy. She just danced with her. Now, hey, listen, a couple more times you catch her, she come on with a little bump in her stomach. Hey, I love her. I'm going to take her back. Now, for you Levis fans, y'all let that man fool y'all. But them two little games that he played decent. Then he went out there and threw two perfectly spiral passes to wide open DBs. 1-on-4 pick six, and y'all kept running for him. Boy, you can't make this up, boy. Hey, I need me a woman like Levis fans because no matter what I do, I hit them streets. They still gonna take me back. Hey, I'll catch you with y'all a little later on.
That was incredible. So Levis is your girlfriend that's pregnant with some other dude's baby,
and just
and
keep
you take her back. Sergeant Major comes up with some stuff, man. Calvin next up in H-Town. Calvin, what's up, man?
What's up, dudes? Hey, your boy was crazy, Sergeant Major. He a trip, bro.
He is a trip.
Hey, Slay Dog. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
There you go, baby.
Oh, man. What's up, boy? How you doing?
Oh, man. All right, baby.
Bro, man, I've been watching, bro. I've been going to I was going to Astrodome and watch the Earl Campbell play. That's how long I've been dealing with all this. Man, the Slay Dog, you got to help me, bro. For real, bro.
Yeah. It's
Dog,
rough.
Look here. I done folded up my Traylon Burks jersey and then put it in the drawer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like you. It's all good.
Yeah. It's rough out here right now, man. I'm going to be honest, man. We're just trying to tread water and figure out what we're going to do when we get to the spring, man. That's all.
Already, because I already know it, because, hey, I've been with them for 40-plus years. I got faith. Look
I'm
here.
with you.
Tell you something, man. Look here. Hey, congrats, first of all, on your Vols.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, I'm loving the Vols right now, but y'all a trip. Y'all good, bro. Y'all got it going on.
We trying to rock and roll, man. We just got to finish the job. That's all.
Already. Hey, look here. My thing right here, sorry about that, but I'm going to get with you. Look. Man, my thing, Will Levis, man, I called Buck the other day, man. I had stock up on Will, and Buck was like, you know how Buck is, right?
Yeah,
so I was like, it's all right, man, look. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him a chance, first year and all that. I would do the spiel, but look, yesterday, bro, that was just upsetting to me, man.
That did it.
Like, I'm over here in H-Town watching my Titans over here on the TV, and like, bruh, what are you doing, Will? He just went 2-3 steps back. I had faith in him, but I don't know about now, man.
Calvin, we got Bill, man.
Appreciate look, one more thing. Seth Hennigan, check him. That's what you need to go for.
All right, thank you, man. Brian Callahan show's coming up. Thanks for including us in your day. We do appreciate that. Do not take that for granted, nor do we take it lightly. Good night. God bless.
See, you wouldn't want to be you unless you're Tajay Spears, NWI, or an open wide receiver that's guarded by a cornerback.
Brian Callahan show next.